Hey everybody, DayTraderRockStar here with a market update, market radar, and outlook for tomorrow, and see what the hell happened today. Market here was down 1,000 points, at least the Dow was. More than that, let me see, give me exact, well actually we just opened up post-market. We opened up new session right now, and the markets are up 10 points right now. Just the S&P is up 10 points. But yesterday, what we call yesterday, today, this is after hours, the market got hit on the CPI report. The CPI came in hotter than expected, and the market just took a dump. Everyone started talking about the interest rate hikes and what's going to happen, and the market was in a sell mood all day. Very hard to find any buy sides signals there, so we kind of kept it to the sell sides. They weren't really setting up because the market never really gave us a bounce. It was just a lot of selling. So we did take a couple puts, especially at the 2 o'clock time frame. The 2 o'clock time frame, what we call the market's traded at the lows at 2, it closes at the lows at 4, and it's an excellent technique. So right at 2, when the market's well, actually before that, I could tell that the market was going to go down and test the lows. It was that type of market today, and so we took some puts and we made some good money on that. And then I did get into an IPO today, and it did not work at all. I took a loss. Wearable devices, WLDS, awful. Just got in, and I was actually just trying. I think I was an over trading person today because I knew that the CPI and the negativity in the market would have made things a little bit more difficult. But so I was trying not to trade too much on the futures, and the only thing that popped up was an IPO, and I said, well, I'll just jump in and see where it goes, and it went straight down. So it was kind of a gamble on that. I wish I didn't do it, but I did. The move for tomorrow, though, again, we did have a big breakdown, and this is what this video is supposed to be: fast, quick, and a lot of information. All right, the ADTX, they're going to do a post-split. They're going to be trading post-split 30-1 tomorrow, so it should be a runner. If you happen to be in there at night, it looks like it's going to pop. I'm predicting it's going to pop right before 8 o'clock. People are going to run to get in this. ADTX. Let's take a look at the SPX. This is my second time doing this video, because the first time I did for the members, and then the second time I said I'm going to make it shorter. I'm not going to waste so much time BSing like I'm doing right now. But here's the S&P, and we're going to try to get these videos out under 5 minutes. 5 minutes, flash lightning updates. So CPI data takes us down, close on the lows. We take back most of all our gains that we had last week, and everyone has turned very negative and bearish. I'm calling for, if we're going to get a pull down, the 37.98 area. There's a gap that's been left open here back in July, probably right before the 18th. It looks like. So that's one thing I'm looking for, and we like to see divergences. I like to see bottoming patterns, and until that happens, I'm not going to be super confident that this doesn't just trade in, a move down, a bounce, a continued move down. I'm not seeing. This is a major level now. This is actually, I do see one thing: the pivot area that we just moved up to. We're going to call this a pivot point. The stock moves up and then moves down. That pivot becomes what we call a pivot point breakout. A break above that level, extremely, extremely bullish. And I would say a break above that would probably give us enough momentum to take us out of this large downtrend. And then we're talking upside, and a whole different narrative in the markets alone. And at that point, I'm sure we're going to be closer to the, closer to the end of fixing this problem than the beginning of it. And I think the market at one point will start to price in it's now, again, this CPI report, a little hot. They expect it to be actually come down a bit, I believe. Did not. It came in a little hot. But what if I just put out there, is there a narrative out there that people are saying this was the last one? So if this was the last one, this candle represents the last of the bad news. You come out, you kind of flush everything out, and then it starts moving back up. Next few days, we start moving back up. All hands on deck. Need to be buying this market. All right, so I don't know what's going to cause that. I feel like that's not the way we're going to go. So if we did see that, that would make me very interested in the market. And we'll watch it. We'll be able to tell the strength in the market. We'll see what causes that. But the other thing I'm looking for tomorrow is if we do get a follow through to the downside, if we gap up, probably looking for that little sell-off rotation down. But if we kind of gap down or end up waking up and it's already rolled over and we're ended up going a little lower, I would look possibly for a divergence low sometime during the day, maybe on the 5-minute time frame, to put in the bottom and take a couple trades down there. So we have some good setups for tomorrow. We'll just have to let the market come down a little bit more. We'll start to see a 5-minute divergence, 3-minute divergence. Rockbots will help us out. Well, I'm going to bring the rockbot over here for a second, and I'm running out of my time, but this was a rockbot on the 1-minute time frame today. Let me double check. Oh, no, this is the 3-minute time frame. I've been using the 3-minute time frame because it is an excellent balance between the 1-minute and the 5-minute. Makes sense, right? That makes a lot of sense. Trying to bring up the chart so I could get it over here. And you can see this was a nice, and this being the 3-minute, that's a sweet spot. I call that the sweet spot. There's a lesson in the School of Stock for those lifetime members out there. The if you have a lifetime membership, you get the School of Stock. And let me just go over that fast with you because I totally forgot to mention that on a lot of different things. We are doing that sale right now. So we are doing that sale, and it ends this Friday, so I would take advantage of it. But it does come with the School of Stock, and we never talk about the School of Stock. So when you log in, for those who have the lifetime membership,
order submitted, order filled, order submitted, order submitted, order submitted.
I'm feeling the 1-minute divergence there. So then we're here. We're going to go all the way to the. I want to zoom out here. This is the dashboard. I'm going to go all the way down here to School of Stock.
Order canceled. Order canceled.
All the way to the right side. And that's where you want to open that up. Now, the School of Stock has two extensive courses in it. The HPS the high probability setup methodology course. That's from ground floor, from A to Z. Really just breaks everything down, all the indicators we use, all the technical stuff, the charts, the patterns. That's really the foundation. And then I have an ultimate divergence course, which I think is the best thing out there. And this, what you do, you don't have to log in. The login is for me, but just click on the course there. And if you have permission, if you have lifetime, you should have access to it. And then you'll have the different things. These are the different lessons here, but I want to show you here. I have the 3-minute divergence, the sweet spot right there. And every lesson is a video lesson, and we go over that. This talks about the 3-minute time frame. So just to let you know, that is open there. Sorry to interrupt your broadcast, Johnny. So we had the 3-minute, nice pop. It takes automatic profits. And that's probably the best thing here. We did have another little pop here, and a decent little pop, and that was good. And this one, apparently got out okay. So all three of them worked, and there wasn't many. There was one here which was really nice. That was the beginning of a big move. It just, again, these candles are I would have to probably extend my stop. I would extend my trailing stop, I think, to give this a little bit more room to run, because it does take. But the object is to identify the areas, and then you control the action on your machines. So you just kind of shadow the bot. I'm seeing if we had any shorts here. It should backfill the shorts, but I don't see any shorts yet. Keep an eye on it for tomorrow and overnight too. That was the 3-minute time frame. I want to bring the 1 minute up. Oh, that's already blew me over 10 minutes. I gotta let the video go. I'm sorry, I wasted some time of yours. Anyway, looking for that scenario to play out. There's a couple stocks I think you need to be watching tomorrow. Remember what we talked about, the ADTX. Who told you this one's going to run? And we already started running. We got up to 60 cents now. 60 cents. Big pop to 60 cents. All right, that's about it. Don't forget the sale goes until Friday. Gets everything school of stock, the tradeometer, the Rockbot, and even if you have the Ninja Trader platform, you can run the script yourself. But I use it as a script to identify. I don't recommend running anything without a hands-on, because things can go wrong, and there's no guarantee that the whole market doesn't collapse under your feet while you're in a trade. But it's a great indicator to have. And a tradeometer, which I didn't have up today, but that's an important one too. So we'll send this on its way. We'll see you in the markets again tomorrow, 8 o'clock, and every day, probably around 7:30, 8 o'clock. Tomorrow I'm a little bit later. But we're going to look for those short-term moves, being a little bit more cautious on long-term swing trades at this point. Concentrate on the candle that we just made today. If we start moving back into that candle, showing any type of strength, take a shot with a stop at the lows. That candle lows. So that's what I'm really paying attention to tomorrow. The strength of the market and how much we pull into that previous candle. That is my pivot point. That is the area. And all signs point to lower, so I'm not expecting much. And if we head lower, I'm looking for a divergence at some point midday for a divergence reversal. And I'll be managing those all day. Tomorrow we do more focus on the futures than on the stocks, because I've been focused on stocks. So tomorrow I also want to send out that we'll be doing MES trading all day. I won't be I'll be trying to follow that chart every single minute and breaking it down tick by tick for you if you're out there, and you're going to get a full course of that. So I'll see you guys in the morning.